episode 213. Thank you all for listening to episode 212. Sirloin presents Over the Line Grown-Ups Sports Movie Jeopardy. That was a lot.
Oof.
I am Mitch Toboggan for the return here with my co-host.
The returning Bear Covington the fourth.
Yeah, we needed Bear Covington the fourth for some sporting events, but I'm kind of happy you didn't show because maybe you would have been the third person to get hurt that day. What a freaking joke!
Yeah, I'm good with that. I think we played 52 last week for maybe an hour, and I was sore the whole next day. So I wouldn't have been able to do 8 hours worth of sporting events.
Which one's 52?
Without dying. You know, the one where you play 2-on-2 and you shoot around, and you have to, if someone misses, you can tip it in with one hand for 2 points.
Oh yeah, it's been so long.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who did you beat in that one?
Well, mostly it was Andy and I. We beat Nate and Tim. And then Nate and Tim beat us. And then Johnny Elgin was there, and he played a little bit. We played, but I think I might have played him once and beat him. I don't think he was ever on my team.
Oh yeah, they did that mud thing this past weekend, didn't they?
Yeah.
And you were not in that because you were in a golf outing, correct?
Yeah, we had the golf outing. Then we finished second into, I don't know, cheaters, something.
Yeah,
like
we got called that a couple times, and I just laughed because I'm like, oh yeah, we went 13 under, won by 2 strokes, and I'm like, hey, if you want to go run it back right now, we'll do it right now. And like the par fives, the one I was telling you about it, hole 2, had that long drive, 315 yards, and somehow somebody beat me. I had no idea how.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, right, bullshit. And then Dan puts it up on the green. There's just a beautiful shot up on the green in 2. And the putt was nuts. Like, me and Jake putted off. Like, you had to putt it slow enough so it could make the 90-degree turn and come back down. And we just messed it up bad. And Brandon from the Grown-Ups played with us. And by the way, he did very well. So he missed his. He was short. And then Dan comes up, makes his, put it all the way around within 6 inches. So it was a nice little birdie putt, from
Nice.
6 inches. So I'm like, sweet. And then we go to so there's another par 5 on the front 9 we had birdied. And then on the back, we had or maybe it was the front. No, it was the front still. We had this like dog leg left, and we took Parrott's drive. He absolutely annihilated the ball, and Dan was behind him by about 20 yards. I was trying to like take a shortcut and just tried to, bombers to light it, Bryson DeChambeau, and it just cut through the trees, and I was like, it's gone, because I tried to kill it. And so we take Jake's drive. We actually take Jake's second shot, which ends up on the back of the green, this par 5, and we all missed the chip in, and Dan actually is the only one that used his putter from the light rough, putts it right in for eagle. And
Nice.
we were yelling our asses off, as you can imagine.
Where was this at?
So it's I think it was Oaks Golf Club in Lima.
Okay, I don't think I've ever heard of it, but.
And then we ended on holes 10, 11, and 12, and it's par 5, par 5, par 5. 3 par 5s in a row.
Interesting.
So hole number 10, Dan, I'm trying to obliterate the ball because I know I can trust Dan to get us out in the center. He has a nice draw on the ball, and I know it's going to be in the middle every time. So I absolutely annihilate it. So does Jake, and we're off to the right a little bit, and he draws it right to the center, so he had the better shot. So we're about 225 yards out. I grab a 4-iron and put it within 8 feet of the cup.
Nice.
Yeah, and I see the guys in front of us on the next tee box just yelling, and I'm like, I just waved because I didn't know how good the shot was. I knew it was up there, but I didn't know till I got there. But, of course, all of us missed the putt. And I rimmed out, so I'm like, of course. So we got the birdied the last 2 holes. So, I mean, we started off in the game on 13 and 14 with 2 par 4s. We parred both. But still, the last several holes, we were on a streak there where we birdied 6 out of 7 holes. I mean, we were crushing it. And I told Dan, I was like, hey, man, we're going to do this next year, but you got to come back when we can actually play, like, me, you, and I don't care if it's Brandon or Jake, but me, you, and him. And I'm like, yeah, I'll happily go second or go somewhere with like Cody, like the four of us went to FT. Because if the four of us got an outing, I'm like, we could probably go 16, 17 under.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
with just how it was. I mean, Brandon from the Grown-Up sank 2 beautiful putts to give us where we didn't even go because he was the first one to putt. And we were like, sweet.
It's always the best way to do it.
Oh, yeah, when we got in and we saw we were one of the last people to finish, we had to follow people and wait. And we were the third to last score to go up. And we saw 61. I'm like, and Jake, you know how smart, how good he is with math, says, hey, man, I hope we finish top 3. I'm like, well, there's only 2 teams left, and we're in first. So I think we're okay.
Yeah.
And then it comes through, and we ended up winning by 2 strokes, and the team after that was like 5 shots behind us.
Okay.
But we bought – so I think a lot of teams didn't buy mulligans. We bought the mulligans. We bought like 12 mulligans because you could buy them in 3 for $10 for each guy. But we only used like I think 4 or 5 because you could not use them on the green. It was only fairway or drives, and our drives and fairway shots were always good. So we just take it like, man, we'll just take this to see if we get a better approach.
Right. I mean, you can only use them there. Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
Now, what happened to you guys? Because I was intrigued by what you were saying.
I mean, we played well. We were waiting all fucking day, but
where were you at?
Bedford Hills.
Nice.
Yeah, we started off on par 3, which always sucks. And Nate hit. This is how our day started. Nate hit 2 feet in front of the cup, and I don't know how he didn't hit the pin. Bounced over, rolled past like 9 feet. We made our birdie putt. Next hole, par 5, shorter. I had a good drive out, so we used mine. We were like 160 out. Cody about sinks it for a fucking Albie. It's like, Jesus Christ. We literally had a 1-foot putt for eagle. So obviously that was a tap. Guys were on the tee box watching, and the one dude goes, fuck, I thought that went in. Like, yeah, we just missed it. It was still Sunday or Saturday morning or Friday night, poured all that. So it was kind of wet out there, which wasn't too bad. Actually, it was nice, but the greens were soft as shit. So, I mean, you could just bury stuff all day. And that's what we were doing. And we played well. We played Irish, we went Irish Buckeye, I think. And on the Irish, we were 9 under. On the Buckeye, we were 4 under. We just couldn't get it going. I mean, the first hole 1 on Buckeye is like 343, I think, and I was about 30 yards away. I about drove the green, and we had a 30-yard chip, and we just from 70 yards and in all day, we just couldn't get a chip within 15 feet. It was embarrassing. The ones we should get, so we left easily 3 or 4 strokes out there. Just couldn't do it, but the guys that were behind us ended up winning at 15 under, and we were 13. And we saw them chip in for eagle on 1 par 4, which is fair. But a lot of the holes that we watched them on, because we were waiting on the tee box a lot of the holes we watched them on, they were making a lot of pars. So to get to 15 under, they would have had to make a lot of eagles in there from what we saw. So, it is what it is. It's all for charity anyway, so I don't really care. But I think they had a magic pencil going out there for them. At least what we saw, because we saw them make at least 4 to 5 pars, at least. Yeah,
the best wood on the course is the pencil.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. But, yeah, we played well. Certainly had a couple putts that we could have dropped that we didn't. And one on Buckeye, that one really hurt us because that was our 5th hole or 4th hole, I think. And we had a chance to go 4 under through 4, 5 under through 4, something like that, and just couldn't do it. And then unfortunately made a par. And we had mulligans, and we should have taken them, and we didn't for whatever reason. So thinking we'd have to use them later, and that's the other problem with mulligans. You overthink sometimes, and you want to save them for later. When really, if you got a 13-foot putt that's makeable in front of you, you should just use it. Use it and get that birdie, because we waited till the last hole, and we still didn't even matter. So it is what it is.
What was the charity? What was the charity?
Parkinson's.
Nice.
Yeah. So we've played. It's been 5 years, and we only missed it 1 year, I think, because it was on the tolls outing one of the years.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that's right.
So
Because
we've
what is
played
that? That's you, Cody, Nate, and your dad. Is that right?
for the tolls outing. It
Yeah,
was me, Nick, Cody, and my dad.
that's right.
Yeah, but that one's over with, so that's done. And this one, so again, it's always like the second week in June for this one. And this one is me, Nate, Phil, this one was me, Nate, Phil, and Cody. Phil works with Nate. He's pretty good.
Nice.
Andy played in it one of the years, I think, when Phil was out. But we got a pretty good team with Nate, myself, Phil, and Cody. So
Oh, absolutely.
we were there. We just couldn't make a couple putts, and it is what it is. But they won some shit. They won some prizes, and we had a good time. Finished second. We won a skin, so that was good. One of the
they didn't have skins, and we would have won 2 of them. And it's like, man, it's tough, and it's okay though. And like with our team, you know, it's like kind of Dan's obviously our best player, and you know, because I'm usually now this year, I mean, since I'm playing consistently, if I play crosswinds, I'm in the 70s all day long, which you could probably shoot in the 60s there. And I shoot, and I usually, because I'm usually any other course, I'm low 80s this year. Low 80s, 81, 82, 83. And sometimes, I think the highest I've shot this year is probably 85, which is pretty good, playing consistently. But like with our team, you know, I'm playing with Dan, who shoots low 70s, high 60s consistently. I shoot 80s. Brandon shoots 90s. Jake shoots 90s. And somehow, I mean, just the right core 4 of guys that day, because Jake, I mean, when Jake gets a hold of it, you know this, he's a bomber. Like the day he was with us in our outing, he hit like shit. But now he was using my driver, not a cracked one, and he was bombing. And he's not even, like, you watch him swing, I'm like, dude, if you could just move your hips, like, you have no idea how further you'd hit the ball.
Didn't have a parrot swing.
Right. And then Brandon from the grown-ups was just a putt master that day. And he had, like, the first hole we played 13, it was a par 4, it was the number 1 handicap hole on the course. Dan got us, I was off to the left too far. Dan got us, like, to the left, but, like, on the fringe on the left. And then we had some short shots. I went over and on the left. And then Brandon actually put on the green. So he was thrilled that we took his shot, the second shot in.
Nice.
He's like, never would I have thought you'd taken one of my shots, let alone the second one.
That's the best part of a scramble is that, you know, you usually, the guys who are normally there, you're usually your first hitters or first putters, the guys that show you the line. I mean, if they put a good one out there or all that, I mean, you got all the world to do whatever you want. That's the best part.
Oh, you would have loved this one. It was a like 215 yard par 3, and Dan takes his 5-wood, puts it, and it's up a hill, a little bit up a hill, hits it right on this hill and doesn't bounce forward. It just stops right there. So I'm standing there. He's riding with me, and I just grabbed my 8-iron. I said, I'm not grabbing a putter. We're just putting this bitch in. So Brandon goes, misses. Jake goes, misses. I just chip that bitch right in, and I'm like, let's go. Birdie. See ya.
Nice.
And Dan just laughs. I'm like, that won't happen every time. But around the fringe, I said, I know I can hit it pretty good, like right close to the cup, and I'm confident in it. But we made 3 chips that day, technically, into the cup.
Nice.
Well, 2 of them were with putters, but you know how they count that bullshit.
On the fringe, right?
Yep. So, no, it was a fun day, man, and I'm glad that ours was for Rise Against Hunger or something similar to that. They package a lot of meals. They're trying to – it's a church. St. Matthew's Church tries to pack several lunches to go across the world. And they did 13,000 last year. Jeremy's involved. And they're trying to do 20,000 this year. So freaking amazing thing that they're doing. We were happy to be a part of it.
Good. Yeah, I mean, that's the best part, too, when you play in these scrambles. Most of the time you're playing, you know, for charities. And for the Parkinson's one, like I said, it's their 5th year. And they said that this year, overall, total, from what they've done over the 5 years, they should break the $80,000 mark. And they keep it all local for local,
that's awesome.
Toledo area charities. So it's good to hear. So, you know, hopefully next year they can get to the 100K mark. I'll just have to bring some more money and throw it around like I usually do anyways.
Yeah, how much is an outing like that one?
I think it was 80 a person.
Yeah, ours was actually only 50 a person, you know, which was nice. I'm like, you guys could get more out of this if you wanted to. But they had a few little prizes here and there. We bought mulligans and paid for different shit. You know, it was $10 for 3 mulligans. I'm like, absolutely worth it. So we each got them. And there was no skin, so we didn't have that. got some food, but there's that outing. I know you said pencil in tentatively for the October
Second, right?
It's the week after. We're not going to play the one on the 4th.
Okay.
We're going to play the one. You know Dirk, right? Do you know Dirk?
Unless it's Nowitzki, no.
All right. So his outing's on the 10th of October. It's for his father-in-law who owns ABC Countertops. I just played golf with him a few times. He's a good friend of my uncle and dad. He's sponsoring it, and it's for his grandson's softball team. And then they actually do it's at White Pines, which would be a great place to win a golf outing, and we could do that there. But afterwards, the catering is all at Brad's house, which is right around the corner. Literally, you go up A, turn off County Road 2, up A, and he's right there on the left. Like, nice. Simple as that. So hopefully we can play that. That's like, I told Dirk, get us the guys in. You'll just have to let me know if you can. If not, I'll get Dan up here. I think Jake and Brandon are into play, but I was like, man, if Jake or Brandon back out, I'm getting Dan. So we can get Dan, you, me, and like, even if it's Jake or Brandon, I know Brandon's good on the greens for us, which we need, and Jake can be a plumber if we need it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see. Either way, let's hope we can get into that. We know Cody's not playing. Just an update for everybody on Cody Bryant. He did have surgery yesterday, Tuesday, and it went longer than expected. It was torn higher than they thought and worse than they thought, which is, if you were there that day, Bear, you would be blown away that it's torn. I never would have thought in a million years it was torn. He sat down for a little bit. Yeah. Never thought it was bad. I mean, he's like, I can't put weight on the front. And then game 4 comes around in basketball. He comes in and starts walking around a court shooting baskets, playing a little D. Softball, he's playing pitcher because we played pitcher's hand. And when he batted, we ran for him because we're like, no, dude, you can't run. We'll run. You play pitcher's hand. He was hobbling along. And then in football, he scores 2 touchdowns, hobbling along down the field. And the game winner in football. And I'm like, he's like, what is this right here below my calf? It's on fire. I'm like, well, that's your Achilles down there. And I said, but if you're moving around like this, I would never think that it's torn or ruptured. He comes to trip that night, got an air cast on. They didn't say anything at that point. Goes in Monday or Tuesday, finds out it's torn or ruptured. And we're like, you've got to be shitting me.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw his recovery. It's only 6 weeks.
Really?
I think just to walk, though, because I was like, I think we just want to walk. Because I said, dude, I don't think you're going to be playing again. And I said, we may have you back in the spring because we decided we're going to do this twice a year. We're going to go down to St. Mary's in the spring. And in St. Mary's, we're going to do cornhole, putt-putt, like you had recommended, dodgeball. We're going to play basketball. We're always going to end with basketball. And then
end it with it. Good idea. Don't start with basketball. End with basketball.
Yeah.
End with the most physical one.
Yes, absolutely. And so because we tried to start with that, and that was brutal. And but yeah, so we're going to do, what do we say, cornhole, putt-putt, volleyball, dodgeball, basketball in September, or in September, in the fall, or in the spring. And then in the fall, when we come back, they come back up here, we're going to do flag football again. We'll play basketball again. And we'll just we might do like badminton or something, just something crazy. We'll come up with something. We'll have a good time with Darts, yeah. Jarts with the actual ones, the old school ones. Polo.
Yeah, that's probably more dangerous than basketball.
Right. Play some water polo. Oh, gosh. So, we had a lot of fun with them. And Sports Movie Jeopardy was the last time we got to do the show at Right Field Office. Thanks again to Sparty Steve for that. Wish you could have made it, Bear. But we had – so we drew – I wrote our names, me, Cody Bryant, and Jake, on like business cards that I have. And I just held them out, and I let each of the grown-ups pick. So Jeff picks one, he gets Jake. He's like, are you fucking kidding me? We're going to get destroyed. And then Brandon, he pulls my name, so that means Cody gets Shiv. I'm like, they are the heavy favorite here. Shiv has never lost in trivia on his show or in ours and teams. You guys won. And then Brandon's never won. I've won Cody in the past. And then Jeff and Jake are like, we don't know shit. So it was great, dude. We were destroying it. Me and Brandon were killing him in the beginning. If you go back and listen to that show, which you should, just the Jeopardy, you like the questions. You should check that out. And so we do that. We end up in the lead at the end going into Final Jeopardy. We had 64 Jeff and Jake had 35, and Cody and Shiv had 32. Dude, I lost my shit. And they just yelled out their bets because I was like, let's just bet 6, just enough to win in case, the Cody and Shiv get it right. So they bet it all. I say, let's bet 1. So we bet 1. And so we just laughed because we're like, oh, if we bet 1, the other 2 only bet 3 or 2 because they wanted to beat Cody and Shiv. So it's Rocket. The question was, what movie was the first sports movie to win the Academy Award for Best Picture? So I was like, it's got to be Rocky. Or Chariots of Fire came to mind, but I didn't know when that came out. And so we went with Rocky. It was Rocky. And so we got 1 point. We had 65. Cody and Shiv had 0. They missed it. And
What'd they guess?
Oh God, what did they guess?
I'll have to listen.
Pride of the Yankees, I think. And then I can't remember what Jeff and Jake guessed, but they only bet.
Probably goes Happy Gilmore.
I think Major League 3. Or that was a joke. But no, they did really well. You would actually like it because they answered something that was kind of surprising, but we were handing it to them the whole show, and it was fun. And then we cleaned up, left, and then the next this past Sunday, me, Shiv, and Brandon actually went back down there, got all the conference chairs and the conference table, and the legs are taken off of it. It's all in my garage right now because when the floors get replaced in the pod room, the one table's coming in, and it's actually more narrow than 2 6-foot tables, and it's shorter by a half a foot. So we're going to have more, space around us, which is nice. Great. And I'm going to look into, and you probably would be fine with this, getting like actual mic stands for us so that we don't have to connect to the table. We can just like have it right next to our face, which would make sense rather than us leaning down. Yeah. And then we don't have to worry about shit. We can put those air covers back over instead of the pop filters. And we're gonna need a new board here soon because we only got 4. But it'll be good. I mean, we'll see. We got you'll enjoy that. We got a lot of time. Got the conference table, so we have something from RFO to remember the show by, and it'll be good. I mean, we'll have that. And Parrot, speaking of which, golfed the other day with Trevor Gorsuch, who's a goalie for the Walleye, and is going to have him get on the show. So somehow he talked him into getting on the show. We look forward to that soon, and we're going to develop a list of questions to ask him and look more into him. I know he went to Western Michigan and played college hockey there. He's a fan favorite of the Walleye, and he played elsewhere just for a little bit, but he just signed back with the Walleye in July. So look forward to kind of picking his brain about things. That'll be fun. Have him on the show. So good job, Parrot, actually doing some work.
Yeah, that's a first.
But all right, so I had to catch you back up because I feel like you've been gone forever. And I mean, we haven't recorded in 2 weeks on Wednesdays, and you're at the last 2 episodes. So, I guess we can start now. So thanks to Wes Anderson for Moments in Time. Check him out on Facebook, Wes Anderson Music. Give him a follow on Twitter at Songs by Wes. Thanks to All Wear Clothing, the first primary sponsor of Over the Line Sports Podcast. Thank you to Brandon. Thanks to Crandall Squatty Landscaping. Give Sean a call, 419-704-5471. Serves the Toledo and surrounding areas and not
Orlando, Florida. I'm watching the Heat and Bucks right now, so they're in a bubble in Orlando. Might as well pick Orlando.
Nice. And you got to check him out. It's now getting into the fall. Fall starts officially in 18 days. He can help with your fall cleanup. He can aerate, he can seed for you. He's doing the drainage. Plant trees. Best time in the fall to plant trees. Get in touch with him. He can plant trees for you. And then thank you, last but not least, to Connell Barrett, datingtransformation.com.
Yeah, it sounds like no one knows what's going on with COVID. The CDC said, it's back down to 9,000, or is that true or fake news? But even if it is, we know it isn't fake news, and that's Connell Barrett being the number 3 dating coach on Google. What would be even less fake news if you made him number 2 or number 1 by going to Connell Barrett or by going to datingtransformation.com and reaching out to Connell Barrett to help out your dating game, potentially help out your love life, maybe take a little stress off. Maybe, your mom's still bugging you about it because you're 33 and, you're not married. And she just, when are you going to get married? If you go to datingtransformation.com, you don't have to ever worry about answering that question to your mom again. You'll have girls all over you. You'll be able to pick from 10, 20, 50. Who knows? So go to datingtransformation.com.
All right. So PGA, man. We've had 2 tournaments since we last recorded. We had the Northern Trust and the BMW. First, let's start with the Northern Trust. Who won the Northern Trust? That was DJ, wasn't it?
Yes, that was the one he put up like he was 30 under or something, I think. Honestly, that was so long ago, I don't remember. But I think that was the one he absolutely dominated everybody. Had a chance to shoot 59. He didn't. He shot 60 on the same day that Scotty Scheffler shot a 59. But absolutely dominated. I think he won by like 6 or something like that. Absolutely nuts. But last week, oh my goodness, last week was crazy. At the BMW, only 70 guys. Get them down to the 30 here for the Tour Championship up. But my goodness, how awesome was it? DJ make a 32-footer down the hill winding putt just to go to the playoff. And then we
Insane.
Go with Rom and DJ, and then Rom comes back and makes an absolutely 0.005% putt, 66-footer down the hill, and fucking drains it middle of the cup. I mean,
it was insane.
Absolutely unbelievable. And DJ had still like a 28-footer to tie him, and the putt didn't look good, but it got closer and closer. I didn't think it was going to make it, and he just missed. I was like, oh my goodness, that was insane.
When they really showed that, yeah, it was. And when they showed Rom's putt, I had turned it on because Parrott had said, dude, DJ just sank a putt, like a 37-foot putt to force a playoff. And I was like, no shit. So I turned it on then, and I turned it on right as Rom and DJ were on the green. And so they're lining up. Rom's looking around, and I'm listening to the announcer say it's 66 feet, but he's got to hit it about 40 feet because it's going to cut and just head downhill. And he's like, oh, he's got to get it close. This is going to be the longest 2-putt of his life, And then he just hits it, and it turns, and, Rom's just walking, like, getting ready to, like, see where he's got to go to the next. And then he stops. He's like, oh, shit. And I'm, like, sitting there. We're eating dinner. I'm like, oh, shit. I just yell at my phone, and Kelly's sitting next to me, and she's like, what? I'm like, did you see that putt? That was insane. I was going nuts just watching it on my little phone.
Yeah, that was absolutely – that was one of the craziest endings of a golf tournament I've seen in a while. And not because someone choked, just because someone came up so clutch and made just insane shots to get there. It was absolutely awesome. So coming into the Tour Championship this week, there's only 30 guys, so obviously no cut. And they start off, at 10, 8, 7 as they go down the list. And we'll just give you the top 10 of what they have. So DJ is obviously 1 after winning a tournament and finishing 2nd. Rom is 2. Justin Thomas is 3. Webb Simpson 4. Colin Morikawa 5. Daniel Berger 6. Harris English 7th. Big surprise in there. Harris English has been playing some really good golf. This will probably be the best year for him money-wise. Because finishing top 10, I think regardless, gets you $1 million. So he's most likely, unless he completely just falls apart this weekend, should be making over $1 million just for the FedEx Cup, plus what he makes in the tournament. DeChambeau is 8th. Sung Jae Im is 9th, and Hideki Matsuyama is 10th. He's had a couple good weeks in a row. He's worked his way up pretty good to get into the top 10. Rory's sitting at 12, just a bigger name back there. Patrick Reed is right behind him at 13. Finau is at 20. Hasn't been very impressive, but
he just had a 5th for me.
Yeah, that is true. That was his best. He definitely was not impressive before then. He should definitely be in the top 10 of this. But he just, I think he's going to get there. I think he's going to get there and just doesn't. And then Billy Horschel rounding out the top 30. Always seems to be in the top 30.
Billy Horschel.
Last couple of years.
Billy Ho, man.
Yeah, it's really awesome. It's great to see that, DJ certainly has a shot. But unfortunately for DJ, he has not had good luck.
Not when he's got the lead going into the last day.
He is not. And it's crazy. There's been a lot of times where, DJ should definitely have won a FedEx Cup, and he has not yet. He's choked a few times. So hopefully he pulls through this time and can win a cup and get that, I think, $15 million payday or whatever it is now.
Yeah, it's what, $10 million?
Yeah, it's something nuts. Big time money getting thrown around. Let's see if I can find the number.
Yeah, it's I like you and I talked about. I'm I don't think he's going to win just because DJ starts out with the lead. You got Robbie. You got a lot of good golfers up there. But what is Morikawa starting at? 4 under?
Yes, I think so. It'd be 4 under.
So he's got a shot. That kid, man, he's got a good shot to challenge Tiger and Jack for most all time.
Oh, absolutely. He certainly does.
He's amazing.
He's got a long way to go, but he's there. And he can, as long as he keeps playing well and keeps it up, he could definitely be one of the top golfers of all time. So it is $15 million for first, 5 for second. Yeah, five for second, $4 million for third, 3, 2.5, 1.9, 1.3, 1.1. So actually, I lied. Ninth place gets $950,000. So you have to finish top. You have to finish top 8 for $1 million.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
So, how many majors are left?
There's 2 majors left. So the U.S. Open and the Masters will both be this year.
So,
but
go ahead.
I was going to say the British Open was canceled this year.
Right.
So that's why there's only 3 this year.
So what I was going to say, because I know we're trying to figure out, usually we would have ended now for the golf, but they canceled so many tournaments. So what I was going to suggest is not play the rest of the year, but only do the 2 majors that are left, and that's the last 2 things that count.
Sure. Could do that.
We'll just do the Tour Championship. So I'll just what's first, the U.S. Open or the Masters?
The U.S. Open. It is, I think, in 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. And then the Masters is the last one we'll do.
Masters is the second week in November.
Okay, because I figured that's the best way to do it, because then we get all majors in like we normally would, and then we'll end with the Masters. So the Masters is our championship for golf, and that'll be good. So, and we've got some golfers left. So just to get into this week, Tour Championship, that's at East Lake, right?
Yes, East Lake in Atlanta.
Okay, and
Yeah.
And like you said, DJ starts 10 under to start the tournament. So actually, I'll just tell you, I only have 1 pick right now. We got to get to Cody and Jake. Jake's going to get me his picks on his break. But Brandon took Kevin Na.
Okay.
You were actually in first, so you should pick first. My guy's already in here, so I got to tell you the updated standings, by the way. So it's going to come down to me and you.
Yeah, if you can share that would be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
There's a few left. I don't know who I have to pick from in the top 30 because I only got 30 guys to choose from. I don't want to be like Parrot and pick a nobody.
Yeah, like Ricky Fowler, who didn't play this past week.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. I was like, hey, Ricky Fowler didn't play, so you get a 70.
Jeez. Typical.
So our points, I gained the week before you got some points on me, but this week I gained 46 back on you. So I think you have a 29-point lead on me total. 724 to 695. 29-point lead with 3 tournaments to go, 3 majors. Or is the tour considered a major?
No.
It's like a Fox major, right?
Yeah. It's really just it's the FedEx Cup major, quote unquote.
It's a Super Bowl of golf.
Yeah. So so looking through, I'm just trying to find a guy. Obviously, this would have been a great spot to keep DJ.
Right. That's what I said too. I was like, damn, should add DJ.
When you get to start up there. But I will I unfortunately the top 5 guys I've already taken. So I'm going to go with
now wait a minute. Oh, you did. Some bitch. You did take Justin Thomas. I didn't think you did.
I got Thomas. I know
you took him here.
Certainly because he has 6.
You took Simpson.
DJ a couple weeks ago.
You got Bryson.
Do I do have Bryson. I was going to save him for a major but he is my FedEx Cup pick, so
this is is he your kid? Yes, he is.
He is my FedEx Cup pick. So I guess I'm going to have to go with him, yeah.
Yeah, see, I wanted to take Justin Thomas, but I can't. So,
already took him.
Yeah, for my FedEx Cup. So Bryson.
So realistically, I mean, don't get me wrong. We all have a shot. Well, except
me and you do. Let's be honest here.
Well, I mean, Rory's 3 under, and Rory plays really well here. I don't.
Yeah, this is true.
Have the firepower quite to get there, but don't be surprised if Rory is if he finishes like top 3 I really can see that happening. But yeah, I mean, we have even technically Abraham Answer has a chance. So even Cody has a chance here. So 4 of us have a shot. 2 of us have a really good shot. 1 of us has a mediocre shot. 1 of us pretty much has no shot. And 1 of us definitely doesn't have a shot because they're not in the top 30.
Who's that, Spieth?
That would be Parrott.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, because Thomas is what, 8 under to start this, right?
Yeah, so Thomas is 3rd. DeChambeau is 7th, I think.
Who's second?
Rahm.
Oh, Rahm. So Rahm starts 8 under, doesn't he? And
Yes.
then Thomas is 6 under, isn't he?
Yes.
Or 7.
No, 7.
Yep. Yeah, because he was pulling for DJ to win, so he could be second and be 8 under. That's what he was pulling for, get that extra shot.
Yeah, and Bryson is 7th at 4 under, and I think Rory was like 12th at 3 under. So it's still possible. Anything's possible with this. Anyone can just go nuts here and do something. And DJ in the past has been lackluster, so we'll see. It's very interesting. I mean, Thomas could come out the first day and shoot 65, and DJ could shoot 70, and boom, Thomas is in first right off the bat. So it's crazy, man. Anything's possible.
So if I know you're taking Bryson and I got Thomas, so if you were a betting man on knowing what you know right now, if you tomorrow could pick anybody, who you taking?
You telling me like I got to pick to win the FedEx Cup or the tournament?
Yeah, to win the FedEx Cup.
Well, sorry, that's what I mean. Same thing.
Yeah, same thing. Whoever wins that tournament wins the FedEx Cup.
I really think it's going to be DJ.
I do too. I really do.
I think that this is going to be his year to finally break through. This will be it. And don't get me wrong. I mean, he's a great golfer. He's obviously broken through. He's won majors, but he's never won a FedEx Cup. This will be the year to win the FedEx Cup. And that right there puts him into a Hall of Fame. He would have now done it all as a professional golfer. So like 27 wins on tour, a major, and then FedEx Cup. That would solidify you certainly as a Hall of Famer in the golf world.
Right. And he essentially is. It's all that cocaine, right?
Yeah, well, that's probably helped. Helped a lot.
It may or may not have helped. So we've had a couple weeks off. So we had 2 races. Where were they at? Dover? A couple
that
weeks
would have
ago.
been 3 races, right? So it would have been 2 Dovers and a Daytona.
Right. So I'm trying to back up in that because I don't remember who won it. I know Harvick won one, which I can see right there. He won the Sunday race. But Hamlin, shock. Hamlin won the race before.
Yep.
So Hamlin won that one. Harvick won the next one. They're leading going into the playoffs. But how about Daytona, man? Everything that we wanted Daytona to be the race before the playoffs, and we said this at the beginning of the season, that was a smart decision by NASCAR because we're going to get exactly what we want to see, and that's guys racing to get in. So it was just fun to watch those last 5-10 laps because you had a guy like Tyler Reddick who was winning the race, so technically he's in at that point in time, which dropped Jimmy out, dropped Byron out, and had Benedetto on the cusp because I'm like, God, I just want Matty D to get in. And then you're like, oh, crap, and I was like, oh, Kyle's there. Kyle's got a shot to win a race. He hasn't won this year, which is a shock, and absolute shock after 26 races hasn't won. And you look at, like, Reddick cuts up into their speed and momentum, and Kyle can't stop. He's not going to stop on a speedway. So he hits him, goes into the wall. That ends his day, and all he said in the interview was, 2020, that's it, I'm out. He's like, I'm done with this. So absolutely insane. And then we watched William Byron come up through to win the race. He didn't have to win the race. He was ahead of Jimmy, but he did. He wanted to get in his first career win, which is awesome.
It's big, though, because it gets him, I think, into the next round anyways, doesn't it?
Well, no.
I thought winners – I can't remember
exactly. They get more points.
Standings go.
They get more points.
Right.
So because you got to finish in the top 12 to move on to the next round. Right now they're going to be in the round of 16 going into this week's race, which is at Darlington. And we had talked about, I'm going to go back to my NASCAR sheet. So these first 3 races, so you've got Darlington, Richmond, Bristol. After those 3 races, it resets again. And so if, let's say like Brandon has his next 3 picks here. So let's say those 3 guys win. It could be anybody. You know, it could be Hamlin. Let's say it's Hamlin, Harvick, and Byron. When they're automatically into the next round, and then the top other 9 guys go. And as we look at the standings, and by the way, Bubba Wallace, who was our pick, finished 5th, which was awesome.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Darrell Wallace Jr.
I love it.
No, that was fantastic, and I loved every part of that. I was, quietly hope he would win, but I was like, then that would have knocked out. Well, no, then DiBenedetto still would have got in, and it would have been Bubba Wallace and DiBenedetto, which would have been amazing. So with the reset, they were able to earn playoff points if you won stages. And of course, if you won a race, you got more points. So now that they're reset, you can see here. Can you see this okay?
Yeah.
All right. So Harvick, so it resets at 2,000 points. So you can see DiBenedetto's at 2,000. Kurt Busch is at 2001. He got 1 stage win, so he got a playoff point. If you look at all these other things going on, like Kyle Busch, he's only won 1 stage, so he has 3 bonus points because he probably won a 2nd stage. So he only has 3 bonus points for playoffs. So he's at 2003. Because every time this resets, it resets to what they have. That's the point of having it. So, Kevin, and I think when it resets, it might reset. I think all their points still count. So 7 stage wins, 57 points. I think, I don't know if each time it would reset to he would have 57 more than everybody. I can't remember how they reset or if it's just those 3 races going in.
Okay.
But it would make sense if they just reset the whole thing, not, based off this, because this should get him into the next round hypothetically. So Byron, like you said, he is 9th right now. He jumped from not in to 9th because he won a race. He's got some stage wins. And you just look at that. So you've got Cole Custer in 11th, Almirola quietly in 12th. So this first 3 races, like we said, they're shorter tracks. You got Darlington, you got Richmond, you got Bristol, all less than a mile and a half. So you got your guys that run well here: Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick. They all run well here. And all they got, if you win a race, though, you're into the next round. Simple as that. You're guaranteed into the next round. Harvick, even though he's 57 points ahead, 3 DNFs, you ain't making it. I don't think that's going to happen, but
do you see the amount of DNFs he has this year?
Yeah, 0.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to happen.
But look at Kyle, man. He's got 5, and he's still there. He has no wins, which is unreal. But if you look at him, he's still got 11 top 5s and 13 top 10s. That's just Kyle Busch, man. Yeah. I mean, so he's got more top 5s than everybody but Truex, he's tied with Hamlin and Harvick. That's it. That's Kyle Busch. And his wrecks have not been his fault. Almost all of them have not been his fault.
Yeah.
Just bad luck this year. And he's led, has not won a race, which is, I think you can agree, insane.
Right.
And because he would have won by now. But, we'll see what happens. And I know you're going now for your NASCAR title. You put some padding between you and the Parrot. So you're at 315 points. And Parrot's at 323, so you got an 8-point lead.
Yeah. Man,
315. Is that right? 320. Yeah, so you must because he had a 1-point lead. You only had a 9-point difference. He had a 1-point lead, now you're up by 8.
Yeah, my last 2 races have really helped me out. Even still, he gets the 14 with Michael McDowell, which is nuts. I was really hoping that McDowell would wreck out or something.
But he always does good at those speedways, which is crazy.
Yeah, everyone else wrecks out. I should have taken Brendan Gaughan.
Right.
He finished 8th. Motherfucker started 40th. But, I mean, Darlington, we got what? How many races do we have? 12?
10.
10 races.
Playoffs.
Okay, so I got 10 races, so you get 10 of your best drivers. 10 of the best drivers, right? There's so much strategy. I think last year I played the strategy of I waited to use my championship driver last. Well, that's stupid. Why would I do that? So I'm using my championship driver first. Denny Hamlin, motherfucker. Darlington. Gonna win it.
That means I'm not going to gain any points on you. Great.
No, you are not.
I don't think
look at us. Look at us the last, 4 out of 5 weeks.
I don't think I can beat you. You're at 315. I'm at 459. I think I'm out.
I have to finish last every race, and you have to finish top 5. It's possible. I'm just saying, when we've picked together, we had a win
We
with
do
Chase.
well. Look at that. Yeah, win with Chase. We got a fifth with
with
Bubba.
So here we go with Hamlin. We're going to get a 1.
We're going to get another 1. I love it. I want my 4th win on the year and to still remain last in points. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't have the other picks from Cody and Parrott. We'll get them. But Brandon took Joey Logano. And they've raced here already twice this year, haven't they, at Darlington?
Yes.
I think Harvick and Hamlin won.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Harvick won the longer race. Hamlin won the shorter race on a Wednesday night. So it'll be
we're going to see. We're taking Hamlin.
Yeah, I gotta go with the dude who, like I said, you gotta start off hot. I want to start off with Harvick.
Hey, look at us. With Truex, we finished 6th. So the worst we've done is 6th when we pick the same guy. I just need to let you pick and follow whoever you pick. That's what I need to do.
Get another. Well, you picked the last couple of weeks before me, so.
Oh, my guy was just already there.
I knew I was keeping Bubba for Daytona. I knew he was going to.
Oh, same. That's the same thing I was doing.
And then when I put it in, I saw that you had it in. I was like, oh, shit. So. And
then you realize, I didn't know until you just told me that when we pick together, and not even on purpose, we do well.
Yeah.
So, a 1st, a 5th, and a 6th. Pretty good. So let's hope for another 1.
Let's hope for that. I think that it should be a good race. I think it's Sunday night they're racing, Labor Day weekend. So that's
we'll be doing our football draft.
Yeah, 7:00 on Sunday night. So we'll definitely have the race on since there will be no college football. But exciting college football.
Hey, do we get an IR spot for COVID?
No. I can't believe that we went through all that. Like we added an extra spot, I think 2 years ago, Nate and I were talking about. I was like, we don't need an extra spot. We have enough players.
Yeah, 17 players is enough.
Yeah, it's plenty. Trust me. As much as I love drafting for 3 hours, it's plenty.
No, I would prefer. I almost just want to zoom in because I don't feel like leaving. But I'm like, I'll go interact with humans. Whatever. Yeah. Plus, I got to see him in his dress.
Oh yeah, I've seen the dress. By the way, I was over at Nate's this weekend, and you might want to wear some Stevie Wonder blinder glasses because, let's just hope he.
I know Nate did that before. I don't understand why you do that. I don't want to look at a guy in a dress like that, like a provocative dress. I was nice when I want to give Cody like an old woman dress. I'm like,
I'm so disappointed.
The Goodwill for $5.
So after he bought the dress, he came up with this idea, which I thought would have been fantastic. What he said is he should have bought a wedding dress and he wore a tuxedo. Would have been fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Unfortunately, that's not happening. But
he can save it for next year.
Yeah,
but hopefully he doesn't win.
Hopefully he doesn't win next year. This will be an interesting year. I mean, there's so much that can happen in the NFL. It's crazy. It's going to be nuts. But hopefully they give us enough time for testing practices and these guys stay in a bubble, all this shit, and we should be okay. But there's been not a lot of, you got no preseason, so you really don't know what's going on, So it's going to be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what we end up with. But I think the draft in general is going to be crazy. Fournette just got fucking cut. They wanted to trade Kamara. I just saw today that the Saints are looking to renegotiate his deal, so it sounds like he's going to stay in New Orleans. But, Fournette is like a second, third, or fourth round pick, man. Getting cut. It's interesting. So it'll be crazy to see where he drops and just everything else with the draft. It's always my favorite, but I haven't done a lot of research. So in the next 4 days, I really need to start looking into that.
I haven't looked at it either. Johnny and I briefly talked about what we want to do, like if we're going to keep Mahomes, who was a third-round pick for us. But see, that's interesting. So we picked him in the third round with somebody else's third round. So he still counts as a third for us, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah, I picked Lamar in the 11th, and I think that's who I'm keeping. It was tough because I had Godwin in the 6th, and I was like, man, that's really good. But
that's like
probably just going to suck Gronk off and throw to him all day. So.
Well, we had Kenyon Drake in the 7th, and I said, we got to consider him, but
I know he had a good year last year, but I just can't buy into that hype.
I think he's going to do well, and I think he gets opened up more because DeAndre's there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I
it's
think
going to help.
because he's a guy, he's not like your power back. He's your guy that's going to catch passes and, run for long runs. But how long can that last? That's why I'm like, we just got to stick with Mahomes. You got to stick with the guarantee. And if Drake's there at a time we need to pick, because we picked 7th and 13th, and we don't have a third, then we don't have a third rounder. So we got to pick 2 backs or a back and a receiver and call it a day for at least till the 4th round.
Yeah. When do you guys pick? You said 6th?
7th.
Okay. Yeah, I'm 5th. So I hate being in the middle of the draft, but it is what it is. But this year's going to be interesting because McCaffrey's out there, Barkley's out there, Aaron Jones, Kamara, and both those guys were kept in the last round. So now they're back up to first round, second round picks, So it's going to be an interesting year. The only person, at least who I know is getting kept, is Zeke. Nate is keeping Zeke because he made a trade. Zeke was kept, but since he was traded to Nate is allowed to keep him since Ryan traded him. So he's the only one I know in the top 5 running backs that are getting kept. I think everyone else is out there. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how that goes because, that's going to be the mad scramble. Like, you need, first round pick. If whoever, and I'm assuming it's going to be Rob, but if whoever gets it doesn't take McCaffrey, whoever's picking second just fell right into gold,
Right.
I think you're sitting all right with where you're at. So it'll be interesting.
That's what I should do is trade like Mahomes and my first round pick to Rob so I can get McCaffrey.
Yeah, do whatever you want. It's draft day deals, baby. That's what we got.
It's not a bad thing either to trade Mahomes and your 7th pick for a number 1 who just destroys the year. But with my luck, he'll get hurt in week 2. So that's what would happen to me and John.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes.
So baseball, we've got remember we got a 16-team playoff this year. So people are starting to separate. You can kind of see the Rays are just – so the Yankees were hot. Now they're 3.5 behind the Rays. They're getting beat up tonight. The Rays are owning them this year. Very just kicking their ass, kicking the shit out of the Yankees. And granted, they got guys hurt right now, Judge and Stanton, but that's okay. Look at the Indians in the Central, man. They're tied with the White Sox now. Twins were up there, but now it's those two. So that's pretty interesting.
I've been watching a lot of Indians games because there's stuff on, but I just been watching that because 60 games makes me interested in baseball. Like, games matter. 162 games, no one gives a shit for half the year. When you play 60 games, the shit matters. So I've been watching a lot. They beat the shit out of Kansas City last night. 2 nights ago, they should have fucking won. And Carr Shank came in after Bieber pitched another gem. Definitely the Cy Young leading pitcher this year in the AL, no doubt. And he pitched another gem, 9 strikeouts, 7 innings. Dude comes in the 8th, who's been very good this year, wild as shit. Ends up giving up the 1-run there. It was 1-0. He gives up 2 runs in the 8th, and they end up losing 2-1. It's like, damn it. Last night they won like 10-2 or something like that, and they play tonight with another young stud pitcher they have. The kid looks like he's like 16, but he's a tall, lanky, skinny, beanpole that throws 98. It's insane. So I'll be actually they're about to start now, so I'll probably turn it on since the basketball game is at halftime. Is it at halftime? The Heat are up by 5, I think.
Beautiful. And it was. I think you're right. It's 66-60, so 6 points. And we'll get in the NBA here shortly. Out west, you got Oakland, who is 3 games ahead of Houston, but Houston's probably going to get in there too. So are they seeding this like 8 versus 1, 2 versus 7, 3, 6, 4, 5? Is that how they're doing it this year?
To be honest with you, I'm not sure. I don't know how they're doing that. I'd have to look that up, but we still have a couple more weeks, so we're all right.
Yeah. And then National League, we've got the Braves who are ahead, and Phillies Marlins are there. I love how the Phillies have a 64% chance, and the Mets have a 56, and the Marlins still have a 22. And they're 3 games ahead of the Mets.
Yeah, with all this COVID stuff, it's going to get crazy at the end of the year, like they were saying, because Cleveland played St. Louis the other night, and they were saying how St. Louis has to have like 7 doubleheaders in 10 days or something.
That's insane. Because the playoffs are supposed to start at a certain point too, right?
Yeah, they have to. So they have to get doubleheaders in to get caught back up. And same thing with I think it was the same thing with the Mets, same thing with the Phillies. I mean, these teams that were out for a week and a half or whatever with COVID, it sucks for them.
Because like the Cards, they've only played 27 games, where you've got other teams that have played 37.
Yeah. So a lot of doubleheaders, which, I mean, they're going to get tired out. That's what they're talking about on the broadcast of, you can do a doubleheader a week. That's fine. No problem. But when you're doing 5 doubleheaders in a week, you get tired out, man. It's only 7 innings.
Yeah, 14 innings a night, though. Still, man, that's 5 extra innings a night.
Hoping you don't go to extra innings.
Oh, my God, right?
So, yeah, that take a toll on you. But
here you go. I got Parrot's pick, by the way.
John Ram.
Yeah. Is his name Jonathan Ram?
Yeah, he can have him. He's out of it anyway, so.
So you can have him for, maybe he'll get a 1. He's not gonna catch. I don't think he's catching us. He keeps picking guys that don't play.
Yeah.
How about the Nats, man? Our defending champs, 12-21. What the hell happened to them?
I think that's where they were. Last year.
Last year, yeah.
They were 12-21.
They don't got 162 games to.
They don't have another 100 games to make up for it. So yeah, not gonna be great for them.
The Redlegs, they still got a shot to make the playoffs. 49% chance to make it.
Yeah, not bad. But
hoping for them.
They've been struggling.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we've only got 26 games left for several teams, which is crazy. That's just how baseball goes, and we're looking forward to it. So Parrot just said, "Today's been the longest day ever. Can't wait to go home and sleep." He worked a double today. So he's been there since like 5 a.m., I think.
Yep. I've only done that like once or 700 times before.
I feel you too, buddy. And so he is taking, this is kind of surprising, Ryan Blaney.
It's a good pick.
That is a good pick. I like it.
A good pick for Darlington.
All right. So now that baseball is done, let's go into NBA. So a lot has happened since we've recorded a sports show in the NBA. So the Lakers are up. Or no, the Lakers are waiting for the Rockets and Thunder game tonight, which is at 9, and they'll take the winner of that. The Heat and Bucks this is the East semis, so the winner of this series, which right now the Heat are up by 10, and the Celtics are up 2-0 on Toronto, so it could be Boston and Miami, which would be an unexpected East Finals.
For who? I picked Boston, Miami.
Did you?
Yes, we had a work pool. It is legitimate.
So you picked them at the beginning of the playoffs?
Yep. So when the playoffs, right before the playoffs started, we did a work pool because there's a lot of basketball fans there, a lot of them. So the boss man, Robert, your twin, decided that everyone can, whoever wants can put in one bracket. We'll fill it out this way. You fill out your teams. You fill out how many games they are. You get a point if your team wins the series. You get an extra point if you get it in the correct amount of games. Whoever wins gets a free lunch on him. So, and I told Rob, I said, if he wins, I'll buy him lunch because I know that's not going to happen, which already not. So yours truly, just like normal, everyone loves to doubt me. Yeah, I have Heat in Boston, and I have Boston beating the Heat and going to play the Lakers in the finals, but losing to LA in 6. That was that's what I got.
That's good. My fear as a Celtics fan is they don't match up they don't match up with Milwaukee at all. Milwaukee's tall, big. Miami they match up better with, but Miami's still bigger. Like I was telling you a few weeks ago when they were playing to end the regular season or end this their quote-unquote regular season, their seeding rounds. Mm-hmm. And I said, Boston looks tiny on the floor with the Heat. Mm-hmm. But if they can use speed, 7-game series is a lot of time, and they got speed. They've got ballers on that team, young ballers. I mean, Kemba, Jalen, and Tatum. I mean, they're ballers.
And, I mean, they looked really good in Game 1 against Toronto. In Game 2, they looked a little flat, but they came back and they showed some poise there and came back and won. I mean, honestly, in my opinion, they stole Game 2. But it doesn't matter. A win's a win. You go up 2-0. That's impressive. So my first loss is what you just had, which we'll probably talk about in a minute. And thanks a lot, by the way, Jeremy. I picked the Jazz to beat the Nuggets, and they did not. So that was so far that's my only loss in our in the bracket, unfortunately.
That's crazy. So if you look at this, this is what I always say, and this is what I said 2 years ago. I don't give a shit what Kyrie does. It doesn't matter when Kyrie was there. It doesn't matter what Kemba does. If Tatum doesn't play well, you're not going to win. Like, Tatum is the stud on the team. Like, it's his team without it being his team. As you remember, a few years ago, they won when he was leading, not Kyrie, just like now. He's leading. They look dominant. Yep. Like, Game 1, like you said, they look dominant. You can see the stats here, 34-8-6. Nearing LeBron there. I mean, you're not at LeBron quite yet, but because LeBron will just put up triple doubles, but it's nuts. I mean, but their rebounds, like we said, so they had 44 team rebounds, and they actually had more than the Raptors because they're little. I mean, Gasol's pretty big, but if you look at this, Williams, Robert Williams, they're actually letting him play, for 18 minutes, which is surprising, and then even Greg Williams. So Jaylen Brown had 8 rebounds. And Tatum even had 8. So, but this is big right here. We always talk about this. 14 of 14.
I mean, the whole team only missed 2 free throws. So
23-25. Yeah, that's nuts. And then, like you said, we were talking about the Jazz and Denver, and it wasn't. They stopped Jamal Murray, but then they got lit up by Jokic. So
yeah. I didn't. I watched till halftime of that game. And Denver was up I think they were up by like 13.5 or something like that. I didn't expect the low-scoring game that I ended up seeing when I woke up and I got to work. But
yeah, they were up by 14.5. They only scored 30 points in the second half.
And still won.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy. But, yeah, I mean, hey, they played well at the right time. And, Denver won 2 in a row. That's what they needed to do, and they did that. So Utah could have closed them out. Just couldn't get it done, unfortunately.
How do you think Denver matches up with LA?
I mean, I think that they have to stay hot, but I just don't think that they're going to be able to match up as well with Kawhi, Paul George. I mean, Paul George is starting. He had the first 4 games were shitty. His last 2 looked good. So, if he keeps playing the way he does, they just don't have enough talent to match up with what the Clippers are going to throw at them. But the series should go 6. I think that the Clippers will end up beating Denver in 6.
Well, now what about tonight's game? Rockets Thunder. I mean, granted, it's going to be over by the time this episode comes out, but
yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't get me wrong. I think the Rockets are going to win. They have the better team, but they're not in Houston. They're in a bubble nowhere. So it's all about talent, and I certainly think that the Thunder have a lot better shot to win than they would if this was a series based on going home and going to that player's arena or team's arena, excuse me. I think Oklahoma City has a better shot tonight than I think, but we'll have to see. If Westbrook and Harden can't get along or someone goes cold, it's going to be trouble in paradise. And I kind of want to see it happen just because there's a young man at work who's got some he's a big Rockets fan, and he likes to run his mouth. He is 0-3 against me making bets. And I tell him, I said, don't bet me, I will beat you. And he still do it. And I'll tell him, no, I don't want you to. And he will still do it. So
it's like UFC, the UFC bets that we have with Cody and Parrott usually line up, and you and I are 2-0 against them in picks.
mm-hmm.
It's like, dude, it's not going to happen.
It's like, come on, you just listen to me.
What about the one coming up, though, on the 26th? We're going to cover that in a few weeks with Adesanya and Costa.
I'd have to look into that a little bit more.
Look into that.
I'm going to have to, just because
and if you're bored, come watch it with us that night. 26th will probably be at Brandon's.
Okay, yeah, remind me.
Me, Shiv, and Brandon. Maybe Parrott. If he's not drunk at a party and then rolls his ankle into a kid's toy house playing football.
Yeah. We still got COVID around, but he's going to go to parties.
Well, it was a baby shower.
Exactly.
The diaper party.
Can't have a party anywhere these days.
No. We still had a party. We had our sporting event. I was wondering how much shit we would get for that. We didn't get any. I mean, we all had a good time. Everybody was fine. Everybody was good. We all ate pizza. All played some sports. Had a great time.
Yeah.
That's all we can do, man. All right, so let's go into the NHL. I'm going to give an update on our picks. All right, so Bruins are out. Lightning lit them up 4-1. Thank you for my Lightning, my pick, my Stanley Cup team. They are in. We've still got the Flyers at 3-2. Islanders are actually up on the Flyers 3-2. Mm-hmm. The Golden Knights are up on the Canucks 3-2, and the Stars are up on the Avs 3-2. The Avalanche. So, dude, it's close. And the game just started, game 6, and it's 0-0 right now, as we can see. 14 minutes left in the first. And then tomorrow, we've probably got the other two games, the Canucks and Golden Knights, and the Islanders and Flyers.
Mm-hmm.
Whoop. Hopefully you didn't hear that. So what do you think? I mean, I know you picked the Avalanche, I believe, but Stars Avalanche. Stars are up 3-2. How do you think that's going to fare out?
I still think the Avalanche are going to come back. I just think they're more talented than Dallas, but Dallas has a really good team as well. And
well, yeah, and they're young, man. They're like the Mavericks. Those two young teams.
Yeah, if they would have beaten, they should have beaten St. Louis last year. They would have won the Cup, but they did not, and St. Louis obviously ended up winning the Cup. So I think this is kind of like a redemption run for them, and it would be cool to see them go. I mean, Dallas hasn't been there, and oh man, I'm trying to think. I think maybe since Brett Hall was there, maybe.
It's been a while. Well, they won the Cup. You talking about Dallas?
Yeah,
they won the Cup in what? 2003?
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a long time.
So that.
It's it certainly would be nice to see. And same thing with the Avalanche. It's been a while for them too. But I do think that the Avalanche honestly are going to come back and take this from Dallas. I think they'll win tonight, and then they'll win here in a couple days and go to the Western Conference Finals and end up
against our fan favorite Golden Knights. But now we got them Seattle Kraken, man. So yeah, them Seattle Kraken are coming, and they got some sweet dude. Their logo's sick, man.
Yeah, fuck them.
I'm still going to pull for them.
I'm not. They're not the Red Wings.
Well, I mean, they're not the Penguins, but I got to get some swag of theirs because it's sweet.
Nah. I'm out. I'm out on Seattle. Not my cup of tea up there. Probably mostly the Seahawks' fault.
The Seattle, yeah, I don't like the Seahawks. I'm not a big fan.
Yeah,
you were right. So it was 99 is when the Stars won the Cup.
99, yeah.
Damn, that's a long time ago. But you were right, Brett Hall.
Yep, because then Brett Hall went to Detroit in 2002 and won a Cup. That's why I remember that. I just couldn't remember what year it was. If it was 2000 or it was right about there. But, yeah, so we'll see. I mean, the Avs, like you said, the Avs have the firepower and can certainly do it. So I wouldn't be shocked if they pull off the next two here.
And then, right, and then we've got tomorrow's games. You think the Golden Knights finish that out tomorrow against the Canucks?
I do, and I think that the Flyers end up winning and force a Game 7. But I do think the Golden Knights close it out tomorrow night and also go to the Western Conference Finals.
You think the Flyers are going to make it to the Eastern Conference Final, or you think it's going to be the Islanders?
I do think the Flyers will, but if the Islanders win this series, I am taking the Islanders over the Lightning because they are
Really?
You beat Washington, you beat the two top seeds. Well, two of the top seeds.
Yeah, Tampa was one.
So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, if you can take them all out, they're
Playing good hockey, man.
They're playing when it matters. And that's why we talk about NHL, why we love NHL, is all you got to do is play well at the right time. That's what's great about NHL.
And there would be nothing more surreal than the Islanders doing this when they can't be at home because their fans have had to suffer forever. I don't think they've won a cup since the 80s.
And
this would be the year that they would win the cup because nobody can go. That would just be typical New York right there. That would be it.
It's perfect. But, I still think it's going to come out to Tampa and Vegas. I hope I'm right. And, see, I have Tampa over Vegas, but I'd be rooting for Vegas, which means Parrott would get a cup. Because he took Vegas over Tampa. He basically just flip-flopped mine because he's an asshole.
Well, good. I hope Dallas beats the Islanders so nobody wins.
Because Jersey's out, Nashville's out, Washington's out, Colorado's in.
Mm-hmm.
So Tampa, Vegas, Colorado's still there.
So if Dallas wins tonight, Cody Bryant's out.
Yep.
Then you have Tampa and Parrott has Vegas, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you're at least in still for a little bit, but Parrott's not quite there yet. So we'll see.
Yeah, screw that Parrott. Idiot. Goddamn fool. All right, so Kentucky Derby this weekend. So the three top, Tiz the Law is heavy favorite, 3-5 favorite. So I'm taking Tiz the Law to win.
That's a pussy pick. No favorite picking.
All right, fine. I'm taking, Honor AP and Authentic are the top 3 rated horses. Because I like this, I'm going to take King Guillermo.
No, that's fine.
King Guillermo.
Because I was looking right there, and I was thinking New York Traffic.
Yeah, that's the other one. See, I put South. New York Traffic sound. That's the other one I wrote down. So, but I'm taking King Guillermo because you said don't pick the top one. So I think Tiz the Law. If I'm betting, Tiz the Law is going to win. If I'm doing a trifecta bet, give me Tiz the Law, Honor AP, Authentic. But I might sneak in King Guillermo in there because you got to have an upset horse somewhere in there because the top 3 never finish top 3.
And
they're on the outside post, by the way. Did you know that?
I did not.
They are all on the outside. The top 3 horses are on the outside posts.
I don't like that.
I don't either. But Tiz the Law is still a 3-5 favorite. So I think
he must run well on the outside then if he's 3-5.
3-5. Yeah, so it's his race to lose. But give me King Guillermo. And I did like New York Traffic too. But
there's no doubt I'm putting money on that, but my pick is going to be Money Moves just because I like the name. Money Moves.
Money Moves. Oh, yeah. I'm taking Tiz the Law on that one, though.
Well. I wonder how much – I think I got like $60 in my FanDuel Racing account.
I need to get it back on mine. I have some money in there. I played a little bit, and I was like, you got to stop this. You're gambling too much.
Yeah, I'm not a big horse racing guy, so it doesn't really matter to me. But now since the Derby, like, fuck it. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to bet all my money and see if I win anything. If I win, I'll just pull it out. Mm-hmm.
All right. So you think that's King Guillermo, New York Traffic? Some of the names are great. Who are Bob Baffert's horses this year?
I don't know. I got to look that up. I'm assuming Tiz the Law is. That would be my guess.
Law.
Old Bobby Baffert coming around. Let's see here. Oh, someone on CBS Sports is really high on King Guillermo. So there you go.
Nice. Well, I'm taking King Guillermo. Like I was saying, those 3 horses I think are the best, but we're going to go with King Guillermo might upset him. All right. And Jeremy's ready for trivia. You ready for trivia? You got those standings?
No, because I'm looking up Bob Baffert's horses.
Damn it. Sorry.
Damn it. New York Traffic. Oh, wait, no, never mind. That's not him. Authentic is a Bob Baffert horse.
Here, I'm going to go over here so I can't see the question, so we are not looking at the questions yet.
Let's see. Trainer. Bob Baffert, 1,000 words and authentic. So
He's one of the favorites.
Yeah, 1,000 words and authentic are the Bob Baffert horses.
'Tis the law.
Breaking the law. All right. Podcast trivia. All right. So, podcast trivia. Last thing we had was August 12th. So, that's been a little bit. Montes Toboggan MD with 575.
I like Montes Toboggan.
Montes Toboggan.
I think I'm going with that.
I like that. Montes Toboggan.
Montes T, middle initial, Baggin.
Capital T.
And it's going to be Baggins because I'm Bilbo's cousin. Montes T. Baggins.
Montes T. Baggins. So 575 there. Cody Bryant with 488. Myself 489. Parrot 223. Dub 29. Wes Anderson with 7. Security Jeff with 1.
So you're going to take the lead. Well, you already are 1 ahead of Cody, so pad that lead. Here we go. Let's start off with an NFL question. So far in the Super Bowl era, what 4 QBs have gone 10 years without missing a start? In the Super Bowl era.
So far,
10 years.
10 years without missing a start.
1 point for each correct. So do we got to open that chat box?
That's what I'm doing, just to get them in. 4 Super Bowl. Man, that's a long time. Super Bowl era.
When have gone 10 years without missing a start. What year did Brady get hurt?
Yeah, but I think a couple of them he sat too. So I'm actually avoiding Brady. There was a lot of times where he, they won the division week 12, so he'd sit out. I got 2 of them for sure. I just got to think of the other. 10 years, huh?
10 years is a long-ass time, man.
In the Super Bowl era, too, so I feel like 1 or 2 of these is going to be older. I have a feeling. I don't know why. I just have a feeling. I'm going to assume Joe Theismann is not one of them.
Yeah.
Just going to take an assumption there.
All right. I'm ready when you are.
I think I got 2 for sure. I don't know about the other 2, so I am ready. You want me to throw it into the chat then?
Yep.
All right. Boom.
Same.
Brett Favre, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers.
God damn it. There we go. Go. And I have, Breeze, Manning, Favre, Staubach.
Well, Eli and Favre definitely are 2 of them. Okay.
Damn.
Phillip Rivers.
You got 3 of them.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers.
I get 2.
I knew that was a tough one. Phillip Rivers. Ah, man. I should have known that. He's got more. He almost has as many starts in a row as he does kids.
Fuck. Only 2 point guards have won NBA Finals MVP this century.
Jesus Christ. Well, I wonder who one of them is.
All right, I'm good.
I think I got mine too.
Good. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay.
Steph Curry, Kyrie Irving, both of us. What do you know?
Because Kyrie won it with the Cavs.
Yeah. Well, Steph won.
Oh! Oh, is Steph a shooting guard, though?
I don't think so.
I'm going to ask him that.
Tony Parker and Chauncey Billups.
No Steph? No Kyrie?
LeBron must have won that year.
Yeah, he probably did. Probably was LeBron. I feel like he wins every year.
I thought Curry won NBA Final MVP.
Nope, surprisingly. That's interesting. You're looking that up, aren't you?
Damn right I am. Yeah, no, he hasn't. I know Iguodala won, but I could have swore he won.
Right.
All
right.
It must have been Durant. Then who won the other year?
Here we go. Sizzling survey question to change it up from calling it Family Feud. Sizzling survey. 9 current MLB pitchers with a minimum of 500 games has a career batting average over 300. Go around and guess. 3 strikes and you're out.
Only 9? Only players.
You American points. Because how many do we get?
Dude, you said pitchers. That's players.
Does it say players?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Sorry. My bad.
I was about to say, I was like, pitchers. I was like, oh, shit.
So, how many points?
Just 1 point apiece, I'd assume, right?
Probably. Depends on the place. Oh, he's doing one of those. Okay, Family Feud style. Duh.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'll just ask him. Who goes first? Probably going to be you because I always get screwed on this.
Well, you do have the most points, so that's usually how that works. All right. Mike Trout.
Damn it. That was mine.
Mike Fish. 5 points.
500 games, so they've had to play basically 4 years.
4 full years.
Yeah. I got to think about this. I got to go just with – I'm going to go Bryce. I don't think he is, though, but I think he's outside.
I bet like 260, I think.
Yeah.
We'll go with Jose Ramirez. Okay, man. Okay.
How long's Yelich been in the league?
It's a good one.
But how long has he been in there?
I don't know. It's close. I feel like it's been longer than that.
Damn it.
Ooh.
298.
298.
Oh, my God. I've got 2 strikes.
Who the hell are guys that are always up there batting average every year?
That's what I'm trying to think about.
I can think of guys like homers, but I can't think of guys that are just good hitters in general. Trying to think of like leadoff hitters and shit.
Right.
I'll go with Mookie Betts.
That's a good one.
I don't know if he's played for 5 years ago.
Yeah, he's had to have. Whew.
Man. Yeah, see? Just barely. That's tough, man.
I'm going to go with Nolan. Colorado. He should be.
Ooh.
Oh, my God, I'm out.
What already? Okay.
Oh.
Well, then I'm going to stick on that same team and go with Charlie Blackmon.
Yep. That's it. That was going to be my next one. Bear still has nice. So give yourself another 7. Rack up them points, man.
I'm
so
trying right now.
You got 13 so far on this one. Keep going.
Trying. Let's see. Oof. And he's tied for 3rd. Trying to good teams like the Dodgers, but goodness, they just don't have much. And really, the Yankees have a lot of, they got a lot of bats, but like I was thinking Stanton, but I don't think Stanton's batting 300. I think he's just he's a homer or strikeout kind of guy, you know?
Well, their hitter is LeMahieu, but he didn't really start hitting big until the Yankees, but I don't know what he really did before.
He played for Colorado, didn't he, DJ?
I think you're right.
I mean, DJ. Colorado is definitely a hitter's ballpark. God damn. Give me – I don't think he's been in the league quite for 5 years, but go with Francisco Lindor, which he's having a shitty year this year, so this will probably be an X.
Correct.
So I got one.
Correct on that it's an X.
Yeah, I figured so. One more X at least. Oh, shit. Let's see what I can do here. Does Johnny Damon still play?
Yes.
There's just so many effing players who are just not great, but they just hit all the time. I'm trying to think of guys who are on like hitting streaks and shit. And Pete Rose, does he count? Wade,
absolutely.
Give me them. Okay, I'll go with Chris Davis from the A's. I think that's going to be an out.
Yeah, he's a home run hitter.
Oh, it's spelled with a K. Everyone's going to think that's way wrong.
Sorry, I can't see it. LeMahieu, I wonder if he would be up there.
Yeah,
Still got 13 points to my none. That's 3 strikes straight up.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
The answers as follows. Here we go. Here we go. Go, go, go. Typing. Thanks to Smarty Steve. Number 1, Miguel Cabrera. Hey, look who's number 5, by the way.
There's LeMahieu. Yep.
Number 2, Jose Altuve. Number 3, Joey Votto. Tied for number 5, DJ LeMahieu. 7, Robinson Cano. I forget about him. Number 8, Buster Posey. And Pujols had it, but he's now down to 299.
Yeah, I forgot about Altuve. Miggy, I just can't believe he's still up there. And
I believe Joey Votto's up there.
Well, I can't. He always hits well, and I don't know why I didn't guess him. I kept thinking Reds players, and
I don't know why I didn't guess LeMahieu.
You should have.
All right, so we got this. I want to thank the podcast for hosting a great sports day a couple weeks ago. It was a lot of fun and great meeting some of the crew. It stunk Bear was unable to make it, but hopefully next time. We do want to apologize for roughing Barrett up as promised, but it was not intentional most of the time. By the way, he tore his groin because I need him. And he's like, oh, dude, you hit me in the groin. I'm like, well, go up for the fucking rebound instead of me. Like, you've got 4 inches on me. And he's like, dude, I went up for it. I'm like, first off, my knee would not hit you in the groin if you were going up for a rebound. I'm just going to put that out there. So anyway, he did have the play of the day, though, when the ball nailed him in the stomach. I forgot about the basketball. I threw it hit him right in the stomach with such force that it sent him flying to the ground, and he had the presence of mind to pass the ball for a great assist. And Cody Bryant, if he's listening to the show eventually, you sure made your cousin proud. Horrific injury, yet you still competed. I have no clue how you did it. That was amazing. As much as I wanted the sweep, I really was happy seeing you score that game-winning touchdown as you earned it big time. I really hope you have a speedy recovery and are doing okay. That's all I got for now. See you for wrestling. And, like as we thought, and I mentioned this in the last show or 2 shows ago, that we thought we were pretty evenly matched for basketball, which we were. It was 3 games 2 was the final, and we were up, 2-1. I mean, we won the first game 21-2, and then just fell. But Cody got hurt. We fell apart. It sucked, so they beat us. Softball, they beat us like we thought they would. And we beat them in football like we thought we would. So exactly how we thought it'd play out. And basketball being the most competitive, that's exactly what it was.
Good.
So yeah, I mean, they get us this time, but we're going to come back and get them in the spring. Looking forward to that. Go down, play some putt. Be interesting to see how we do that. Dodgeball, I'm looking most forward to. That'll be some fun. We'll watch how Parrott can get hit easily because he's 6'5".
Oh shit.
And who knows if we'll have Cody Bryant by then? I mean, he's got 6 months to heal.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
There we go. So, Jeremy, thanks again, man. We had a great time, and I'm glad none of your guys got hurt. All right. So, one thing I want to say on the final thoughts is Spicy Nugs are back. Or not back. They're here September 16th for McDonald's. They're here.
Yeah, McDonald's finally getting on the spicy nugget board.
Dude, I can't see. And I said this on a post a month ago for a friend of mine that put best chicken nuggets. And I said, trick question, McDonald's, but if they're spicy nuggets, Wendy's, because they're the only ones that have it. Well, now.
So good.
Now we're going to have to try these spicy nugs from McDonald's. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, I'll probably have to, 9/16? So that's a Wednesday, isn't it?
Sure. It's my mother-in-law's birthday. So
yeah,
it's a Wednesday. You're right. We might have to have them that day for the show.
Yep. So, we'll have to go get some before we get.
Are you eating nugs right now? Oh no, those chips. It looked like nugs.
I got home at 6:45, so I haven't had dinner. So I'm drinking moonshine and have Doritos.
I love it. So the other thing is we're gonna have episode, as we talked about, every 25th episode we're gonna do a trivia. Mm-hmm. So we've got that coming up in October. We got to let Jeremy. We do now have a host. So Wayne, we got a few options. So Wayne just hosted the last one. He wants to host this one. He hosted the Sports Movie Jeopardy. Did a great job. He's like, yes, I did amazing. And so if we do in person, we'll do that. Or if we do it on Zoom, we can do it just like this on Zoom. No problems. And we look forward to doing that with him. If it's in person, great. We'll figure out what we got to do. And we got the tag team titles that are going to be passed off. It's me and Bear against Cody and Parrott. So we're going to see how that goes. And Bear and I are just going to take the titles home. That's it. So look for that in 4 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks.
Oh, yeah. It's coming.
Episode 225. We're taking them. So Wayne will host. We talked about Rich, who was playing with us too. He does Name That Tune and does trivia as well at the Orr House and at Stubborn Brothers Pizza. So he wants us to get involved with him and do something. And I'm thinking we could probably get together with him at some point and do a recording somewhere in one of these places, doing a trivia or a Name That Tune. It'd be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. So on this day in sports history, by the way, the birthdays, I'll do birthdays first. So birthdays for today, which is September 2nd for us, September 3rd for you. Jimmy Connors, happy birthday on September 2nd, 68.
One more year, Jimmy. One more year.
Lennox Lewis, 55.
Really? I feel like he'd be like 105.
Yeah, I feel like he's been around forever. And since it's September 3rd, we got to give a shout out, which I'll probably name the episode after him. Happy birthday, Robbie in the Lobby, September 3rd. So it's going to have to be Robbie in the Lobby turns 57, or however old he is now, 56. I think he's 57. What year was he born? What year is this?
2020. You shouldn't forget that.
Yeah, no shit. So, I don't know. We'll have to come up with a name for tomorrow's episode, and then he'll like it. Happy birthday, Robbie in the Lobby.
Happy birthday, number 55 or 56 or 57 or 69 or who knows.
So we could just call it Robbie in the Lobby Day. That's all we're going to call it.
There you go.
Because it comes out on September 3rd. Robbie in the Lobby Day. There we go. All right. So on this day in sports history, let's see. Since you're the only one guessing, this should be interesting. PGA Championship, men's golf, Hershey Country Club. Byron Nelson wins his first PGA Championship, beating Sam Snead 1-up in Monday 36-hole final?
1936.
1940.
Okay.
All right. We'll skip some. Cubs slugger Ernie Banks hits his 400th career home run off Kurt Simmons in Chicago's 5-3 win at Wrigley Field against St. Louis.
51.
And Simmons also, fun fact, gave up Willie Mays' 400th home run.
51.
65.
Oh, old Ernie. Is Ernie Banks dead?
I think so. All right. So Yankees right fielder Reggie Jackson hits his 20th home run of the season in a 6-2 home win over Seattle. 19th MLB player to hit 20 home runs in 11 straight years. That's crazy.
11, huh? Reggie would have had to start in the late 60s, so 1980.
1978. Very close. I like it. German Ferrari driver Michael Schumacher wins the Belgian Grand Prix in Circuit des Francorchamps, whatever that is, for a record 52nd F1 Grand Prix victory.
2002.
2001. So close.
Damn.
All right. So thanks to Wes Anderson for Moments in Time. Check him out on Facebook, Wes Anderson Music. Give him a follow on Twitter at Songs by Wes. Thanks to All Wear Clothing, Crandall's Quality Landscaping, Connell Barrett, DatingTransformation.com, Sparty Steve. Sorry we couldn't get you on the show. Thanks for everything you do. Happy birthday, Robbie in the Lobby on Robbie in the Lobby Day. And as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Happy birthday to the lobby that holds Robbie.